Hello, dear students, and I welcome all of you to this another edition, another video on SQL exercise where we were creating a database called Institute. Let's return to our SQL exercise in which we were developing the new database Institute, in which we developed student table, course table, enroll table, as you see, correct? And we saw the create table commands for each one of them, and we understood what is the meaning of foreign key as I am underlining it, isn't it? Now, two more tables were supposed to be created, teacher and teachers table, which stores teachers information. Now, what I did before starting this video is I have already created all those tables. Instead of typing all the create table commands in MySQL, I have already created these tables. So teacher and teachers is also created. And you can see that all the create table commands for student, course, enroll, yeah, student course enroll tables and teacher table and teachers table has been already given. These commands were already given by me to create this, and you can see that TID and CID, that is teacher ID and course ID, in the teachers table is the primary key. We already discussed why in the previous videos. And TID, that is teacher ID, is the foreign key, as I am saying, foreign key which refers TID of teacher, and CID, that is course ID, is the foreign key which refers course ID in the course. Check the commands how foreign key and primary keys have been defined. And then I inserted some values in each of these tables using SQL insert. Okay, but the student, course, enroll, and teacher and the teachers table, okay, are related to each other somehow through the foreign keys. So let's find out, going back to SQL, MySQL, let's see what are the rows in the teacher table. You can see that there are three teachers, T1, T2, T3. They are having TIDs as teacher ID as 1001 to 1003. These are our teachers. And let's also see what is there in the teachers. In the teachers, you can see that teacher numbered as 1001, that is T1, teaches two courses, 100 and 101, and teacher numbered as 1002, that is T2, teaches two courses, 102 and 103, and 1003 teaches only one course. So you can see that TID and CID, in combination together, TID plus CID is unique. For instance, if you already stored 1001 and 100, then you won't store 1001 and 100 again. That's not possible, isn't it so? So every combination of TID and CID is unique. Let's see the tables again. 5 tables are there using show tables: course, enroll, student, teacher, and teachers. Let's try to insert something now. Look, actually I am up to explaining, before insert, let's see. Let's say select star from course. Now these are our courses, we already saw that. 100 to 103 and named from C programming to applied maths and durations. Okay, now let's try to insert something in the course, and you know the grammar of insert. Insert into table name like course, values, and value I am giving is 104 for course number, and I introduce a new course called discrete maths, and let's say duration of this course is 45. Okay, so one row is affected, that is one row has been inserted successfully. Fine, so now we have courses from 100 to 104. There are 5 rows in the course table. Okay, and we have also set the duration of the new course as 45. As you see, discrete maths is the name of the course, and 104 is the course number given. Now the point here is that when I inserted a new value in the course table, actually what happened was that new course got added, isn't it? You can see the last row over there, 104 discrete maths and 45 is the duration. All right. So we have one more course added now. That's the job of insert function. Check the grammar of insert very well. Insert into table name, like insert into course, and then the values, and then the set of values. So again, I am inserting the value. Check the grammar. Insert into course. Okay. And then what I am doing is I am giving names of the columns in which I want to insert the values. Please try to understand. And then the word values, and then the set of values. Let's say 105 comma, and let's say the course is some name like, okay, operating system. Okay, that's fine. What I am trying to do, please think over it. See, when I am introducing this course in my institute, I've given it a number 105 and name as operating system, but I didn't know the duration. So I didn't give any value to the duration. Okay. Now you can see, oh yes, the duration becomes null because I didn't give the value to the duration. So this way you can selectively insert a new row with some columns selected because you know the value of some columns, but you don't know the values of other columns. So what you do is you just give the list of columns like CID comma CNAME and list of values for those columns. That way you can ignore a particular column, but if you ignore a particular column, that value will be null under that column. So the course is 105, name is operating system, but we don't know the duration yet. Of course, we can change it later by using update command. We can change that null value to some real duration. Maybe operating system requires around 48 hours. We can replace that null with 48. Let's try to insert something more in the course. Let's say insert into course. I am inserting a new course 106. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. We will select the columns. Let's say CID and duration. Now this time I am not decided name of the course. Very funny, but I know course ID and duration. So course ID is 106 and duration may be, let's say, 45 hours. Okay. Now what do you think will be the new row? The new row will be 106. Then under course name you will get null and duration will be 45. You can check that. That's the grammar of insert. You can select the columns in which you want to insert the values and then give the respective values. Okay, so that's SQL insert which we were seeing. Check the grammar. Insert into table name and values. Now when do you give directly values after table name? If you want to give all the values, you don't want to set anything to null. And when do you use second grammar which I am marking? Insert into table name, then you give list of columns, column 1, column 2, column 3, and then the values. When you want to selectively insert the values in particular columns. And how do you display data? Simple. You use select star from table name. And then optional where condition you can give, which we have not yet learned. We have not learned that where clause. But select star from table name is so easy. You say display everything from the table, all rows, all columns. Basically that star, which I have written means all columns. I repeat, that star means all columns. We are saying show me all the columns from table name and basically all rows. But what if we want to select only a few columns? Then we give select and then in the bracket we give list of columns. So let's see with some table. Why don't we try with course table itself? If I say select star from course, I will see all the courses, all the rows and all the columns. But remember that star is for columns. Star means show all the columns. Now just check. If I say select CNAME, comma duration from course. So I don't want to see all the columns, but still I want to see all the rows. All the rows, but only two columns will be shown. You can see CID, course ID is hidden over there. Or what if I say, let's say I am showing duration and then I am showing CNAME. So you can even swap the positions of the columns because this is only that you are watching on the screen, isn't it? So duration is first shown and then course name is shown. So that way you can even select the columns which you want to actually display or actually watch. I hope you have understood the select operation. Let's see. Suppose I say select CNAME, that is course name, comma duration, and plus 10. Okay. Now, what does that mean? I'm using the duration, which is integer value, adding 10 to it, and then displaying the result. What you understand is, while selecting the columns, we can even play arithmetics with the columns. Of course, you can play arithmetics only if the column is integer or float. If it is a number, only then you can play these arithmetics. So C programming was actually 40 hours, but now it is shown 50 hours. Or Python programming was 60 hours, it is now shown 70 hours. See the name of the column now. Name of the column is duration plus 10. But this change is only temporary. If you say select star from course, we will again say you will see the duration column. Okay. By the way, this is how you select a particular column. You can see when you selected CNAME plus duration, comma duration plus 10, name of the column was duration plus 10. And this change was only temporary. Okay. So this is how you display data from the table using select. But we have not seen where condition till now, that how do you select some selected rows from your table. So there are some more exercises that we will be solving on SQL, and that particular exercises will be very interesting. Okay. And we will see that in the next video. Thank you very much.